All right, guys. So well, I wouldn't say new because maybe this is like the only one that's really come out. Not a trailer, a teaser. Well, they're calling it a teaser trailer, whatever. For The Boys season 2. It had come out. Well, it had come out on third-party channels. I believe it was yesterday. And by the time I was able to come back around to YouTube and maybe do some reactions, they had all been taken down by Amazon because I think Amazon hadn't like officially released it yet or something, and somehow it got out. So, I mean, after it was taken down, I couldn't even find the trailer on the Amazon official YouTube channels, the UK or the US channels. So, I was like, okay, well, I can't record it. And then I noticed not long ago that it's finally come up officially on those channels. So I am super excited to check this out. I'm hoping that it's going to indicate a season 2 that was just as good as season 1. I've heard it's pretty brutal and nasty, this particular, I keep wanting to say teaser trailer. So let's check it out and see. Okay, looks. At first I thought he was like wounded, but he just looks dirty, like muddy. Mm. Oh gosh, his face. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was nasty, you guys. Okay. All right. Oh man, that was way too short. Coming 2020. That's all we know. 2020. I had initially heard that it would be maybe sooner than later in 2020, like maybe spring, but now I'm hearing no, it might be more like summer. I don't know what is accurate because they haven't given us an actual release date here in the trailer. I don't know if they said anything in the description, but I doubt it. Let me check and see real quick. Yeah, so no. No idea on actual release date. So this looks pretty intense and crazy. Very nasty. But I guess I, shouldn't expect anything less. I mean, come on, it's The Boys. So, okay. So the thing that I really like about this show, like I mentioned in my review of season 1, is how the characters aren't really like cookie cutter. They're not, like formulaic or just cardboard cutouts. They have depth to them that makes them interesting. I mean, even the good guys, they're not wholly good. They've got their own issues that, they got some flaws to them that make them more interesting than if they were just completely perfectly good. Now, I don't like good guys or protagonists to be so flawed that they're just, I can't relate to them on almost any level. But when they're too perfect, they're boring, right? Because then you're entering into Mary Sue territory, and that's just awful territory to be in. And it has ruined so many movies and books. Those dang Mary Sues. So, that's one of the things I appreciate about this. And also the bad guys. The bad guys, they're not like, oh, I have a feeling this is making noise. They're not wholly bad. They've got some depth to them too that make them interesting. Like even Homelander, the more you get to know him, the more you see there's a side to him that's a bit interesting, and it kind of very slightly takes the edge off what a absolutely awful human being he seems to be. And I'm just curious to find out if we're going to get a little bit more of that in season 2. I have a feeling we are. I'm a little concerned about his influence over that child. Who knows what's going to happen with that? Is that going to be like his mini-me or something? Is going to end up being as bad and god-awful as Homelander is? I guess we'll find out. That's a concern as far as, for the well-being of that child. Just what sort of direction is he going to go in? I'm really curious to find out what was that all about with the opening shot and the mud all over his face. Like I said, at first when I saw it I think it was on the thumbnail, I thought he was injured. He can't get injured. So I don't know why I even thought that, but anyway, that's what I thought. And then it ended up, no, it just looked like it was mud, and no clue as to what the context was surrounding that particular shot, but I'm super curious. The trailer itself was super short. It was less than 1 minute and 12 seconds. So yes, definitely a teaser. I'm looking forward to when a more full-blown trailer comes out, because I want more. I want to know more. I'm intrigued by the different the combination of different shots that they showed. Some of it was so fast. It went by so fast. It was hard for me to get a good glimpse as to what was going on, unless maybe I just, freeze framed every second and study the picture, and I don't have time to do that. But you could catch some, blood and gore and stuff flying all around. So we know we're in for a nice violent time with season 2, just like we were with season 1. I feel like I should rewatch season 1 before season 2 comes out, unless maybe they'll give us a bit of a recap on the more important aspects of the season as they relate to this, of the first season as they relate to the second season. So, because by the time we get around to seeing it again, it will have been probably close to a year, and a lot of us can forget some details of stuff unless we're reminded. So hopefully Amazon will do that. Not sure, but I guess we'll find out. If they don't, and I feel like I'm kind of losing track of stuff, maybe I'll rewatch the first season, but it's not like I've got a lot of time to even rewatch that. I'm curious to know also how many episodes this is going to have in it compared to the first season, if it's going to be the same amount of episodes, or if it's going to be more or less, how long they're going to be comparatively, or comparative to the first season. I felt like the first season was a perfect length, and the episodes were very well written, and there weren't a huge amount of them. I've talked about that before, how, I prefer seasons that have less episodes if the writing is super good. I would much rather a season of a particular show have a small amount of episodes with phenomenal writing, just very tightly woven together and super good and just very intriguing, and the characters with great depth, than to have a season with a lot of episodes where most of the episodes are just filler and forgettable. I just, I'm not a huge fan of that. And it's pretty rare for a season that's that long, like let's say 20 some episodes or whatever, for something like that to have super solid writing the whole way through. I can't think of any show that's ever been the case with. There's always weaker episodes, filler episodes, just kind of wasting your time episodes, and I'm not a fan. As I've said before, I won't keep saying it right now. I might repeat it later in another video, but I won't continue to say that now. But if we see that there are more episodes, I'm going to get a little worried that maybe the writing will decline. But I might be wrong. We shall find out. I was half expecting that ending shot with Karl Urban sipping the tea, it looked like, I guess. I was half expecting him to say something about diabolical. That would have been awesome. But anyway, so yeah, this teaser was very good. It certainly has left me wanting more because we just didn't get enough. And so yeah, it's, you know, super excited for the next season. When that comes around and I watch it, I'll probably make a review of it. Well, I was going to say unless I'm disappointed in it, but if I'm disappointed in it, I'll probably be pissed enough to make a review about that. I mean, if I was doing reactions at the time that Game of Thrones came out earlier this year, you know, finished up, oh boy. Yeah. Okay, well, we won't get on that subject because that just makes me very angry when I think about it. So I'm not going to think about it or talk about it right now. I'm going to actually wrap this up for now. Bye.